Molweni, my name is Uanga Mbeia and I am from South Africa. I stay in the coastline of Gqeberha, and my love for seaweed started when I had the opportunity to study about it in Sweden, Gothenburg University.
I live between Paris and Brittany in France. Brittany is the west coast of France and probably the most complete seaweed ecosystem in the country.
Seaweed is actually part of our daily life in China. My favorite seaweed is kelp. I am a seaweed ambassador for an organization called Safe Seaweed Coalition.
The coalition is a partnership that supports the safe and sustainable scaling up of the global seaweed industry.
I do believe in the absolute need of a program of advocacy based on dialogue and communication towards these various stakeholders and communities.
I'm a graduate student at the University of Victoria in the Spectral Lab, where we map and monitor bull kelp using remote sensing.
What piqued my interest the most was the fact that seaweed grows very fast, and through photosynthesis, it absorbs carbon dioxide at a phenomenal rate. Now, this process, also known as carbon sequestration, could be our answer to global warming and to mitigating the effects of climate change.
And again, we want to move this industry forward.
I really think seaweed has the potential to not just help our ecosystems and biodiversities in the ocean, but also to help the communities along these coastlines. I'm really hoping that seaweed can provide quality, sustainable jobs.
I've discovered a special formula to transform seaweed into a pliable material to create fashion and home decor products.
I like to draw parallels between land-based agricultural systems that I'm familiar with and the seaweed industry that's developing and growing.
So I think it's really important that we have a lot of people talking and thinking about kelp, how to monitor it, how to restore it, and just really recognizing the importance of our kelp forest.
Well, I kind of came up with the saying, whatever the question is, seaweed is the answer, and that's not exaggerating. From food to biofuels to bioplastic to biofiber.
And I eat it, I dry it, and I put it in all my dishes.
I love to tell others about seaweed because it holds so much promise to support our global food systems and sustainability more broadly.
My advice to anyone wanting to know about seaweed is get involved, be a part of it, be a part of this amazing industry.
Because of all this and more, I'm driven to spread the word about the multifaceted treasure trove that seaweed is.
It's a powerhouse that can contribute significantly to many of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals.
I hope you will learn more of seaweed during Seaweed Days.
And I hope you'll join me in the seaweed revolution.
I'm Hopkins, Canadian Kelp Resources in Boundfield, BC. And today we're going to read Down at the Seaweed Cafe, a story by Robert Perry and illustrated by Greta Guzek. Everyone's welcome at the Seaweed Cafe, where seaweed tea is served all day, where you may hear some salty tales, or watch for ships, or seals or whales. Come right on in, I'll show you around. Tables and chairs from driftwood we've found. Lamps from bottles, washed in on the tide. Bowls from shells. Seaweed we've dried. Have a sip of seaweed tea in a bull kelp cup. Ah, the taste of the sea. Or crunchy salads fresh from the shore, where seaweeds grow and breakers roar. Here you may watch the boats go by and flocks of birds circle the sky. Keep an eye on seagulls fly. He'll snatch your food and off he'll fly. The regulars are wandering in and storytelling will soon begin. Now who can tell the tallest tale of things that swim or things that sail? From beach to beach I've roamed and roamed, in search of treasure I've combed and combed. One day I found a Spanish wreck with bags of gold below the deck. The whales were here, the whales were there, the whales were jumping everywhere. When out of the blue, one raised my boat. I found myself no longer afloat. For years and years I kept the light, watched it go round and round at night. But nothing ever matched the sight of Cadborosaurus in all his might. While I sat on the wharf one day, a giant fish swam into the bay. But looking closer, you'll think I'm a fool. That giant fish had gone to school. Far, far away a wave began the journey from the shores of Japan. So high it rose above the seas, it left some fish up in the trees. Thank you, one and all. Every tale was truly tall. Who loves to sing? Who loves to dance? Let's move the tables, let's light the lamps. One plays a flute, one plays a drum, one plays a fiddle while others hum. Then in a swirl of swaying trance, a few begin the seaweed dance. Above the foam on Ocean Trail, a pod of whales is setting sail. Across the deck, in the setting sun, some playful otters quickly run. The sky is now a starlit dome. The boats are all parading home. The moon is bright, the night is long. So all you join in this salty song. Everyone's welcome at the Seaweed Cafe, where seaweed tea is served all day, where you may hear some salty tales or watch for ships or seals or whales. And that's the end of the Seaweed Cafe. Maybe now we should go look for some bull kelp brownies. Thanks.